The other day, a young entrepreneur called me out on social media. They said, yeah, listen, Mr. Old Millionaire, listen, your advice might have worked back then, but what would you do now if you were starting from scratch, if everything was taken away? Well, it's a great question. It's an absolutely brilliant question. I'm going to show you the 7-step formula that I would use today of starting from scratch with nothing to make my first 7 figures. All right, step number 1, sell everything, burn the boats. You're gonna go all in, that's right. I don't care what you have lying around. You're gonna need some capital. And so I want you to sell everything that doesn't mean anything to you. You're also gonna get an income. Now, put a little asterisk beside that because you're saying, no, listen, I don't wanna go get a job, I wanna get rich. And I get it. But I'll show you in another step down below why getting an income is so important. Never take handouts, never beg, all right? Don't beg for a job, don't beg for money, don't say, hey, give me money because I'm broke. That belittles you. And so sell what you have and go get a job now. Again, there's a secret to that job that I'll show you in a second. What you're gonna do with your money is step 2. You're going to invest in yourself and invest in learning high income skills. So the high income skills that are available to you today, in fact, quite a bit of this is available for free on YouTube. Learn copywriting, learn selling, learn leadership, and learn, if you don't love those things, learn to do coding, okay? Software coding is a high income skill in this day and age. All right, so you've taken the money that you've gotten from selling your stuff and from earning a little bit of money in your job. Now you're investing it in yourself because Warren Buffett, who's an older, richer man than I am, once said that the greatest investment that you can make is the investment in yourself, particularly in the investment in those high income skills, copywriting, selling, leadership, and software development. All right, so those are the things that you must do to start. Now, step 3, you must commit to creating 3 hours a day. What does that mean, commit to creating? Well, it means spending 2 90-minute blocks a day, either writing copy, practicing your sales, improving your leadership, but creating around those high income skills that you've invested in for yourself. So when you make sure that you have that time allotted for it, you're gonna get better. You need to enter what I call the virtuous cycle. So the virtuous cycle goes like this. If you're just learning a skill, and that's what you're doing at this point, right? You're investing your time and your money and your energy, and at a young age, you have more time and more energy than you do money, but you're investing that in developing the high income skills that are gonna make you rich in the future. So carve out the time. Carve out 90 minutes in the morning, as soon as you wake up, before you do anything else, before you reward yourself with going to the gym, before you reward yourself with meditation or anything like that, 90 minutes of work on creating your skills. And then later on in the day, either late in the morning, late in the afternoon, or late in the evening, you push yourself to do another 90 minutes. 3 hours a day. In 1 year, 300 days is gonna be nearly 1,000 hours. You're gonna be pretty good at that point. You do that another 2, 3, 4 years, you're gonna be getting close to national class, not world class, but national class. You're gonna be one of the best people in your industry in just a couple of years if you devote 3 hours a day. So that's what you need to do. Now you're probably thinking, well, how am I gonna do that? That's the next step. All right, where are we gonna find this time? You're not gonna find time, you make time. Now, the way that you make time is you destroy distractions and you toss any toxic temptations, okay? So that's step number 4, to make the 3 hours, to make the time to create, to commit to it. You must destroy the distractions. So when you go into work mode, you've got to get rid of your phone. You must remove the notifications, put it in airplane mode, put it in another room. You got to get rid of it because that's the only way that you're going to be able to focus. You must also tox the temptations. Sometimes this is going to be food, junk food, alcohol, negative environments. You got to remove yourself from the toxicity because if you remain in toxic environments, if you hang around toxic people, they will drag you down. They will drag you down to their level. And you can't stay at that level because that's where you have nothing right now. and you'll never get to something if you remain down at that level. So toss the temptations, destroy the distractions, and be okay with moving on from environments that hold you down. There's an old phrase that says you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If all 5 of your best friends and the people you spend the most time with have nothing, how do you think that you're ever going to have something or amount to anything? And the answer is you won't. So you must up level. And that comes to the next point, which is going back to getting the job before that you're like, I don't want to get a job, I want to get rich. No, you must get a job as an apprentice, or look at your job as an apprenticeship. And how do you do that? In the next step, step number 5, you get a job for the best entrepreneur in your town. That's what I did at age 13. I got lucky. I did it by accident. I didn't know I was working for the best entrepreneur in my town. I was 13 years old. I was working for $2.85 an hour. My dad got me a job for this entrepreneur of a small business. He owned a greenhouse. I worked so hard for that guy. But you know what? At age 60 years old, that entrepreneur outworked me. He came in earlier, he left later. And he showed me what it was like to treat customers right. And here's the cool thing. I should have been paying him for the opportunity to learn. Instead, he paid me. Yeah, sure, it was just $21 a day, but at $21 a day, I got the education of a lifetime. More important than what I learned when I was spending $20,000 a year for college. So you need to apprentice under a great entrepreneur. If you love copywriting, go and find a company that does a lot of info products and sales letters and VSLs and Facebook ads. And do whatever you can to show them that you will add value, that you'll be a great worker, and go and work for them. And now you're getting paid to spend 8 hours a day, not just 3 hours a day on high income skills, but 8 hours a day on high income skills. 8 hours a day, that's 2,000 hours in a year. You've now cut your time by more than half to getting to national class level. So that's why I said go get a job. You shouldn't be starting a business with nothing, with no knowledge and no money. No, you should be earning money so you can invest into your business, and you should be earning knowledge so that you can invest into your future. That's the secret right there. That step, number 5 of 7, is probably the most important. Becoming an apprentice to a great entrepreneur. All right, we're getting close to the finish now, and we're looking at step number 6, which says that you must be proactive, not reactive. Proactive, not reactive. I didn't learn that in my first job for my first boss. It took me until I was about 25 when I got another job working for another amazing entrepreneur. And he showed me that he would never accept no as an answer. So if he told me to go and find out, like, hey, can we do this? And I said no, he would say, no, go and find out how we can do this. Don't come back until you tell me yes. And that was when I learned the power of being proactive, whether it's being proactive as an apprentice, an employee, a team member, or being proactive as an entrepreneur. You have to go and figure out a way to find the solution, all right? You cannot be waiting for somebody to come to you. You can't be waiting for somebody to save you. All of these steps require you to be proactive, okay? The success is in your hands. No one will ever save you. No one owes you anything. You have to go and proactively earn everything. And so back when I had that job at age 25, it was for a huge supplement company. And I decided, you know what? I don't like what I'm getting paid right now. I'm gonna proactively do stuff. Even though I was in the research and development department, I was gonna do stuff for the marketing department that would make more money for the company. No one asked me to do that. I was proactive. And sure enough, within 3 months, I got a 20% raise because of what I did. That then allowed me to have the capital to go and start my own business. That and the experience. So be proactive, not reactive. Don't wait for orders to come down from the boss. Instead, take the boss solutions. Which leads me to step number 7. Step number 7, if you have everything else but you're missing this, you'll only be a highly paid employee. You must love problems and solve problems, because that's what entrepreneurship is all about. And when you're an entrepreneur, you can make more money by solving a lot of problems for a lot of people, or just one big problem for a lot of people. So when you have your years as an apprentice and you have high income skills, you're gonna see so much opportunity. Because right now you're thinking, what business should I start, Craig? I don't know what to do. Well, I can't do and solve that problem for you. It's not my job to decide what your business and your future is going to be. It's your job to decide that, then come to me for coaching to get you up to the next level. But it's going to be very easy for you. You're going to have all that expertise. You're going to have built up a high income skill. You're going to see so many problems. And in the middle is the marriage of all of that, where the money is to be made for you, where you'll no longer have nothing. You'll be on the way to having something, and you'll be building the life of your dreams. So the last thing I'll say, that it's kind of a bonus in here, step number 8, or just like the thing that must be in every successful person's arsenal, is accountability. You can't do this on your own, which is why you need to become an apprentice and be accountable to the entrepreneur. And then when you have your idea and you're going out and solving problems, you need a mentor or a coach so that you're accountable to them. Because anybody who's tried to do it on their own, suffer in silence, put it all on their back, they end up with anxiety and burnout. But when they have somebody to go to and bounce ideas off of and ask for expertise from somebody who's been there and done that and achieved what they want to achieve, well, that's when you'll be on the path. So if you want to go from nothing to something, if you want to go from nothing to having everything that you want, it all starts with those 7 steps. And when you put those 7 steps in motion, and you can do that today, almost all of those are free. In fact, you'll get paid for some of them. Then you can have the life of your dreams. So I want to know which one of those is missing from your life right now. And I want you to drop a comment down below and share this with a friend who's also struggling, who also is frustrated and wants more. Because these are the 7 steps that will take you from nothing to something. And I would start with them again if I had to start all over again today.